This conference will now be recorded.
Yeah, in today's session, we're going to discuss about the decorators. Decorator is nothing but a design pattern in Python that allows a user to add a new functionality to the existing object without modifying its structure. Okay, for example, you have one function. You are doing some multiplication by having the two numbers a into b. But in a company, they're giving requirement to you. Using the old functionality, you have to implement the new feature on that old functionality. Without modifying the old functionality, you have to introduce your new functionality. What you can do, you can take the function as an argument to the another function. Okay, and then you can add the new functionality without touching the existing function. That is nothing but decorator. That's what I said. It's a design pattern. The user to add a new functionality to an existing object without modifying structure. I'm taking my old object, functions object, right? Function is an object. I'm taking a old function object. I'm not going to modify my old function object. From that old object, I'm going to create a new object. Okay, that is nothing but decorators. For decorators, if you want to know about decorators, first you know what is first class functions. We already discussed all these points. First class function is an instance of an object type. Every function is an object actually. Every function is an object. Function can be stored as a variable. You can store the results of function in one variable. And then third thing is you can pass a function as an argument to another functions. In Scala, other languages will say it's a higher order functions. If you're passing one function to another function, we can say the function is called higher order functions. Okay, and then fourth one is yeah, you can have some nested functions. That nested function will return that ensure function. That's what they're saying. And function are from other functions. If you have some nested function, that function is going to return the ensure functions or enclosing functions. And then you can store the function results in the variables, or you can store the results in the list, or you can store in the sets, or you can store in some other data structures. These are the various properties you have to follow while creating a decorator. Now, I'm going to show an implementation for you. This is one of the basic decorator. After that, you're going to see about the chained decorators. Now, I'm going to look in my directory. In the directory, I have iterators with functions, right? The functions I have one directory called decorators. I'm going to create decorator underscore file as a py file, decorator underscore file. Already decorator underscore file is there, right? I can make decorator underscore 6, decorator underscore 6 as a py file. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to have one function. I'm going to have one function. I'm going to reverse my string. Okay, I'm going to reverse my string. For reversing a string, I'm going to write down a piece of program. Reverse the method name, function name I'm going to keep. Using for loop, I'm going to reverse a string. So that's why I'm keeping the name as reverse for loop. Okay, and then I'm going to have one parameter. Yes, in the parameter, I'm going to pass string. That string I'm going to pass some hello. I'm going to reverse that particular string. Okay. Now what I can do, I'm going to have one variable. I'm going to have one variable I equal to it's your empty string. Empty string means there won't be any spaces. Blank string means there will be spaces. It's an empty string actually. And then I'm going to use a for loop. I'm going to use one variable iterable variable C in yes. The argument what I'm passing to this reverse for loop, right? I'm going to have one argument called hello. I'm going to iterate the character by character using for loop. And then what I'm going to do, I equal to I plus C. Okay, now what will happen? The previous I value was empty, right? Empty plus the string I'm going to pass hello. The string I'm going to pass hello in this method. First we will take a h and then h with empty string. It's going to give h and then it's going to take e and then it's going to take l and then going to take l and then it's going to take o. Okay. Now I want to reverse my string actually. I want to reverse my string, right? Now what I have to do, I have to use for loop. Instead of yes, I'm going to pass a string called hello. I'm going to pass a string hello. It's going to take character by character. It's going to take character by character in the variable called C, and then first we will take H, second iteration will take E, and then third iteration will take L, and fourth iteration will take L, and fifth iteration will take O. Finally, my string will be in the reverse order. Will be in the reverse order. It will come like O, L, L, E, H. Okay, because I'm iterating, right? I'm iterating H with E, and then H with L, and then H with L. Finally, it will come in the fashion of reverse order. Now, what I'm going to do after getting all the results, I'm going to use a run statement. I'm going to run the variable called I. If you want to test this program, you can test. Just you can call the reverse for loop, and then you can pass string as hello, and then you can print the function. You can get the result as OLLEH. Why it's printing? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah. What I have to do? I have to make C plus I. C plus I. That's what mistake I did. Now it's going to give OLLEH. First we're going to take H, right? H plus empty string. The first iteration, what I'm going to get? H plus empty string. The results will be H again. Second iteration, I'm going to get E. Second iteration, I'm going to get E. E plus the previous iteration, I value was H. Now I get EH. I'll get EH. In third iteration, what I'll get? L plus in previous iteration I value was EH. Now we'll get LEH. This is how it gets reversed. This is how it gets reversed. Okay, now what I'm going to do? I'm going to have this is my existing function. Okay, you are in the company, some people attend this code. You should not touch this object. Function is nothing but a object. You should not touch the object. Without touching this object, you want to modify the behavior of your function. You want to modify the behavior of your function by using this old function. That is nothing but a decorators. Now I'm going to have one more method. The method name I'm going to keep def. You can keep some name. For my understanding, I'm going to keep my decorator. And then I want to pass function as an argument, right? Just pass function. You can keep any name, okay? For our understanding, I keep it function. Then only you will remember I want to pass function as an argument. Now, inside my my decorator function, I should have a nested function. Okay, what I'm going to keep? I'm going to have one more function. The function I'm going to keep my underscore wrapper. My underscore wrapper. Okay, wrapper means inside one function. Sorry, in one function we have one more function inside. That is nothing but wrapper function. Now I'm going to pass here. You pass one argument for reverse for loop, right? Now for my nested function, I want to pass an argument called yes. And then what I'm going to do, I want to call this function in my decorator function. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take have y equal to, and then I'm going to call this function of yes. If you pass this function to this function, what will happen? Okay, in my decorator function, once you call function of s, it's going to call the reverse for loop. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to call this function. Whatever string I pass here, s equal hello, that will be reversed. And then without touching my existing function, I want to change the behavior of my current function. Now I'm going to use return of. What is a requirement in a sense? I want to take first two characters. After reversing, I want to take first two characters. That's my new functionality. Without touching this functionality, what I'm trying to do, I'm taking the first two characters. Now, what I'm going to do, if someone calls this method, it's going to return y of, it's slicing actually, it's going to give the first two characters. And then, if someone calls my decorator function, what I have to do, I have to reduce the return keyword, return of what function name, my wrapper. Now you have to say how to pass this function to my decorator function. It's very simple actually. You can take one variable, is that equal to, you can have the my decorator function. In the my decorator function you have to pass a function, right? You can pass this function. That's it. Now if you print this z, you have to get the memory address. It will show inside my decorator function you have one more function called wrapper, my wrapper function. For my wrapper function I want to pass, what I want to pass, I want to pass argument. That argument called yes, I want to pass. I want to pass some string, right? I want to pass some string. Now what you can do, instead of, because for my wrapper function I want to pass a parameter. Okay, now what I'm going to pass, I'm going to pass hello, and then just print. What do you get? After reversing, the result I got as O L L E H. Right. Now I took the first two characters. I took only OL. With touching this function, what I did, without touching my old object, I reuse this function. From that function, I derived this first two characters. This is nothing but decorators. There are two ways to pass the reverse for loop function in the my decorator. This is the first method actually. Method is you can use the pi syntax. Second method is you can pass the pi syntax. I'm going to show how to say how to pass the pi syntax. You have to put the pi symbol. At the rate means pi symbol. At the rate of what you have to do? How to pass my decorator. At the rate of my decorator. And then what you have to do? As of now, I commenting these lines. Have this method and paste of here. Now this function is passed to the myDecorator function. With the help of py syntax, uh, you can pass this function as an argument to this myDecorator function. Now we have used the decorators, and then how to call? Just you have to call the have one variable. The variable are going to keep reverse equal to reverse of for loop. In the reverse of for loop, what you have to pass? You have to pass the parameter. Going to pass hello. You format the file, and then int of reverse. What is the result you got? You got the OL. First two characters. Okay. Now what you have to do, like this way you can do, or you can keep the same variable name. What are the function name you have, right? You can have the same variable name, and you can call like this. This is another way. You can have the same function name's variable name, and then you can call this variable. Or that's one more way is that instead of assigning to a variable, just call the variable name. See, previously what you did, right? You have you store the results in one variable, right? You store the results in one variable. Sorry, you store the results in one variable. Instead of writing like this, what you can do, you can use the function name itself. This is another way. There are n number of ways there. Okay, what we can do? Yeah, okay, hold a minute. Okay, yeah, I passed one argument. Okay, I have okay, reverse of for loop of hello. Wait, it's not in the results. Okay, let it be. There are a number of ways there. In any other way, you can call the decorators. And then have this variable name. Just you can call the. I will got the two characters. This is how working of a simple decorator. Now we're going to look at the chaining of decorators. Okay, the next topic will be chaining of decorators. Decorator underscore 7. Chaining of decorators. Now, what I'm going to do? Okay, I'm going to have two functions. My decorator 1, my decorator underscore 1, and then I have one more wrapper function, my wrapper underscore 1, and then I'm going to use one print statement. They're going to use asterisk into 5, sorry, asterisk into 5. 5 times I'll get asterisk. Okay, and then what I'm going to do for this my decorator, I want to pass one argument called function, right? Now I'm going to call this function, and then I'm going to have one dollar symbol into 5. 5 times will get dollars. For making a line, I can give dollars into 5. Okay. Now, a return of, okay, what I going to do? Okay. Now, come out of this thing, have the return statement. This return statement for my decorator one. Return of my wrapper. My wrapper. Like this, I'm going to have one more decorator function. I'm going to name it as two wrappers two. Then I'm going to have the some other ash. Then here I'm going to make okay, and then I'm going to return the my wrapper of two. See, these are my decorator functions. In this function, I'm going to change the functionality of the existing object. Okay, I have two decorators. Now, what I can do, okay, let it be. I'm going to have one more function. This may go into existing object, f of fun, and then f of fun, and then I'm going to return as hello. That's it. I'm going to make it a string actually. If someone calls the fun method, it's going to give hello. Now, I'm going to show the chaining of decorators. I can use a function to various decorators by providing multiple decorator chaining functions with the help of Py syntax. Now, I'm going to use the iterator symbol. I'm going to use my decorator one, and then at the rate of my decorator two. Rate of my decorator two. What I'm going to do? I'm going to pass the same function to this my decorator one as well as to my decorator two. My decorator two. Now let's see what the result is coming. First, how will you call the decorator? Have a variable fun equal to okay. Okay, wait a minute, reformat the file, remove us. Yeah, fun equal to uh, okay, same thing what it did here, right? Now we're going to print the results of variable fun. Now look at the results. I have two decorators, decorator one and decorator two. Okay, I'm going to pass this fun function to two decorators. Which one is having the inner decorator symbol at Py syntax, that will be invoked first. After that only the outer decorator will work. Now what you have to do, first you have to pass a fun to the decorator 2. First it's going to print 5 times of asterisk. Don't look at the output as of now. Don't look at the output as of now. Okay, I hold a minute. Okay, I made one more mistake over here. The mistake is I want to store in one variable y equal to, and then I have to use one more return statement. Want to return the value of y. The same thing here also. I want to store the same results in one variable y equal to, and then use one more return statement for my wrapper, return of y. Now run the script. Okay, why it's not giving why it's giving hello in the last? It's giving hello in the last. It's giving the right results, but I'm checking for why it's giving hello.
This conference will now be recorded.
Now look at here. For this fun method, I have used two decorators. First, you have to look at the my decorator underscore 2. You have to pass the function as your parameter to my decorator. Okay. Now, what will happen? It's going to print the hash 5 times. Let's see the results. It's going to print the hash 5 times. As of now, don't look at the asterisk. It's printing the hash 5 times. After that, it's printing the caret symbol 5 times. It's printing the caret symbol 5 times. After that, I'm returning the value of y. The y value is hello. Y value is hello. Okay. Now the entire results, I'm packing the entire results and passing to this my decorator 1. My decorator 1. Once you pass a function my decorator to my decorator 1, now what will happen? Asterisk will be printed as 5 times. Asterisk will be printed as 5 times. After that, what will happens? It's going to print the previous results of ash and then caret symbol, and then finally it has to going to print the dollar symbol. Finally, it's going to give the result as result of y will return of y will be hello. That's why getting the results as hello as a last. See, if you are using multiple decorators, what you have to do, whichever the enclosing decorator, whichever the closed decorator, right? Like a nested decorator, first we'll get the parameter, and then you'll compute all the results. Ash as 5 times and then caret symbol as 5 times. The results will be the results of function will be passed as to the function of my decorator 1, and then it's going to print hash as 5 times. You can see in the enclosing, you can see this results of my decorator 2. This results will be the my decorator 2, and then it's going to print the dollar 5 times, and then finally this my decorator 1 is going to give the final result of y. The y is nothing but the function of fun. It's going to give the hello. This is how the chain decorators will work. Now I'm going to show one more example in chain decorators. Let's go to the last example. Now I'm going to take in terms of value, I'm going to take. Then it's easy for you to understand as well. Now I'm going to have decorator underscore 8. Decorators underscore 8. Now I'm going to have the same decorator function, decorator of my decorator 1. And then I'm going to pass function as an argument. And then I'm going to have one wrapper function. And then I'm going to use this function, right? What are the function I passing to this my decorator 1? I'm going to use this function equal to function of, I'm going to store results in one variable called y. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to return y into y. What are the results I'm getting, right? I'm going to multiply same with y. Okay, and then return of for this my decorator 1, this is the return keyword, return of, I'm going to return my wrapper function. I'm going to copy the same thing. I'm going to create a one more decorator function. In this decorator function only, I'm going to modify. Okay, my decorator of 2, and then I'm going to pass function, and then again the same results like wrapper function. Okay, now this time I'm going to change the functionality 2 into or something 2 into y. What are the results getting the function right? I'm going to show the results in y variable, and then I'm going to multiply 2 into y. This function has a different functionality. This function having different functionality. Okay, this is my new functionalities. All these are the my new functionalities. My existing functionality will be, I'm going to write now, if I'm going to pass a number as a function, so my decorator 1 and 2, I'm going to return the value of int. Now you have to say how to use the chain decorators. You have to use two pi syntaxes. You have to use the two pi syntaxes. First, what you have to do? First, you have to call the my decorator of 2, and then what do you do? And then you have to use one more decorator, my decorator of 1. Now I'm going to call the decorator. I'm going to have the variable number equal to number of, that's it, and then going to print the value of number. See, first you have to pass this function to the my decorator 2. Once you get all the results, this result should be passed to the my decorator 1. Now what's the answer will be? First you have to pass to the my decorator 2. After computing all the results, what you have to do? You have to pass the results to the my decorator 1. What will be the result? Just pass the 10 value. The y value is 10 now, right? Y value is 10. Now, return of 2 into y. Y 20. Now pass the 20. Now pass the 20 here. Now y is 20. What do you have to get? 20 to 20. 400. That's it. That's what I'm saying. First, you have to compute the result of this my 2, and then you have to pass the result to this my 1. What I'm trying to say here is you have to pass this my function as a parameter to this my 1. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to pass the my function as a parameter to my 1. Now the result is going to get 400. You might have a question. If I change this decorator order, what will happen? If I change this decorator order, what will happen? Nothing will happen. First, you are going to pass the number functions to the decorator 1, and then after computing all the results, you're going to pass to my decorator 2. Now, what's the value? I change the decorator orders. First, I'm asking what final result.
400.
How will you get 400? I change the order. First, pass the 10 to this my decorator 1. After getting the results,
200.
just pass the, yeah, I'll get 200. That's the answer. You'll get 200. Now, if I change this order, what will happen? You'll get 400. You'll get 400. Okay, first you have to give the priority to the my decorator 2, and then you have to go to decorator 1. Whichever decorator is nearest to this function, you have to give the preference. After the only we have to go to the outer decorator. First we have to consider inner decorator, then the results will be computed, and then finally going to the my decorator 1. Now we're going to get 400. Now using the same existing object, functions object, right? Using the same existing object, I am modifying the behavior of my new function. Now getting y into y, here in the function you can see 2 into y. This is nothing but a chain decorators. Okay, I'm going to sign off the session.